So I've made all these didges.
She oak.
Very, very hard timber. Nice timber though, beautiful stuff.
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Look at that green.
It's like snake skin.
It is.
Yeah.
That gave me goosebumps. Yeah, that was cool.
Wow.
So nice and crisp.
Yeah, it's got a different scene.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different.
What was that first one, Rob? Agave.
An agave.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so that's not a traditional didge, that's what they call a split and hollow.
Okay.
Whereas all these others are eaten out by termites. So you find them out in the bush. So this one, this is my pride and joy, this one. We know that this is 150 years old as a didgeridoo. It was gifted to me about 20 odd years ago. And the people that gifted it to me knew the history of it because it had been in their family. Yeah, so this is what they call a mago or a devil didge. And pre-COVID, we used to get busloads of international tourists. And we soon come up with the theory with the international tourists, you could tell them anything, they believe everything. So we used to have a lot of fun with them. And anyway, it doesn't do it justice in here under the lights. You really need to be sitting around the campfire in the dark with the light flickering. And we used to take them out in the bush, get the little campfire going. Now, remembering some of these people have never been out of a city, so we'd get them around the campfire, tell them all about the bush mimmies, all the creepy crap in the bush, get them on edge. And then I'd say, righto, close your eyes and listen to this. So you see them all close their eyes like this. You start playing this thing, then you start doing the creepy vocals, and you'd see them all together. And they go, you know, that chill up your spine. Hello, come on in.
How are you?
Good. So this is what they call a mago or a devil didge. So it's got that real deep grumble, I call it. How you doing?
The bass and that.
Yeah, so they're all different, but the ones that you see in shops, so this is one of mine, and you can clearly see the ant tracks up it, where it's been eaten out by the termites.
Yeah.
So this is one of mine, so. So really crisp, really nice. So a lot of people think you go out in the bush, you find a hollow stick that's been eaten out by termites and you've got a didge. You have if you want to just put it in the corner to look at. But if you want it to play, they're hard to find, right? It's like having a guitar that's somebody's gone like that. It doesn't matter who plays it, it sounds like crap. And these are the same. So we call these didgeridon'ts. This is what you see in all your touristy shops. So it's eaten out by termites, hollow stick, not that much different, but everything about it is wrong. So it doesn't matter how good you can play.
Is it a two-stroke?
Well, it's not even a two-stroke, it's a one-stroke. And it would be the same as your guitar if I totally stuffed it. Doesn't matter who plays it, crap over.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, my son used to get better noise out of the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, yeah. Because everything about that is wrong. And a lot of didges that you see in shops now, like most of our souvenirs are made in China. And they use very, very soft timber and they drill them. So they use a very, very soft timber. So you can hit that hard as you want.
Yeah, that's right.
And you get like a bloomp sound, bloomp, 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 bloomp. So all the sound is baffled and muffled. You want a sharp, crisp crack.
Yeah.
A bit of Aussie hardwood. Barely touch it. That's the difference. So they're never going to be any good. Doesn't matter what you do to them. And it's that same old story. You get what you pay for. We had a couple here the other day, and they said, the grandparents, and they said, we bought our, because I was showing them the banjo I had, and they said, oh, we want our grandson to learn to play the guitar. And there's a red flag straight away. We want him to learn, or does he want to learn? Big difference. Anyway, they bought a guitar from Aldi for him. Aldi.
Oh, probably
It's a good starting
price if
point.
they don't know if he wants to play.
Yeah. But the problem is he'll never play.
That's right, because it sounds like trash.
And straight away he'll be depressed. Why is this sounding like garbage?
That's right.
This is what you do when you're supposed to be fixing your bathroom.
Oh, that's cool.
This is my Bunnings special, or my Saxadoo. So when COVID was on and we were closed, apparently we needed a new bathroom, right? Apparently. I didn't think so, but apparently we did. So I've got my big shopping list like this of all my plumbing stuff, and I'm in the big Bunnings down in Tamworth, and of course my head runs off like it does, and I'm looking at all the elbows and that, and I thought I could come up with something really bloody interesting. So there were some pieces of PVC pipe like this size, about this long, pre-cut lengths, and I thought, if I know what key that is, I can make the rest of it. And I thought, okay, there's no one around, so I took it out, really pushed it really hard. And then I'm looking for all the elbows and that, and this couple comes racing to the end of the aisle like this to see what it was, and being the bastard I am, I was like, what the hell? And they said, you heard it too, didn't you? And I went, yeah. And they said, definitely this area. And I went, yeah, it was somewhere, I don't know. And I had it in my, I thought, come on, you got to realise. So anyway, they couldn't figure it out for themselves, so I just let them wander off. And then I thought, I wonder if they'll bite again. So I played it again. They kept going, but half the staff came. What the hell was that? And I was going like, oh, what the hell? And most of them sort of wandered off, but this one guy came up to me when they'd all gone, he went, bastard. So this is my saxophone, or my Bunnings special.
No.
Hey.
Awesome.
But I bet you've never seen a didgeridoo like this.
No.
No.
Steampunk.
So you've heard of steampunk?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this, as far as we know, this is the only steampunk didgeridoo in existence. We've had a couple from New Zealand that do all the big festivals over there, that run all the festivals, and they came to have a look at it because they said we haven't seen this before. So I'll play it for you and then I'll show you how we muck around.
Oh.
none of this has anything to do with the sound. But when you get your busload of international tourists that have never seen a didgeridoo before, you can tell them anything, they believe everything. They'd say, oh, play it for me, Rob, play it. And I'd muck around. They go, all right, I'll play it for you. Now, I haven't touched it for ages, so none of this has anything to do with the sound. And I said, right, I'll play it for you. Hopefully nobody's touched it and put it out of key. Oh, there we go. Should be good. Yep, okay. Right. Now, I haven't played it for ages. Let's see how we go. Oh, Christ, the bloody thing's gone flat. We'll have to pump it
Brilliant.
Awesome. That was so cool.
we don't bother telling them.
Oh, that's incredible.
So across the road, we've got the airport. Like literally, just behind my workshop is the runway. So up the airport, they do the acrobatic training.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing it all the time while I'm in the workshop. So I've learned to do it through the didgeridoo. So picture a little plane out in the distance, and it'll do 2 circuits really low over the top of the gallery. And this is a slide didge.
Wow.
Engine needs a bit of a tune.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it crash.
Yeah, that could have been interesting.
Yeah. So that's what they call a wah-wah. So it's not for 2 people to play at once.
No.
It's 2 totally different didgeridoos in the one stick. So totally different key. So totally different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
So there's a lot more to didgeridoos than what people think. I don't think you heard the big one, did you? You missed it at the start. Yeah, so, but you've got to have a good didge. That's like so many people go, oh, I want to learn to play a didgeridoo, and then they go and buy a crap didge from the markets for $60, and it sounds like garbage.
Yeah.
Well
That's
done.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
That was
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Can I ask you about that?
Okay, so I did this to show people that a didgeridoo doesn't have to be straight.
Oh, I thought you smoked that one while you played it.
Well, over the years we've had these, there's 6 guys used to come and visit us. We haven't seen them for a while now, and they're all very senior policemen. Like I'm talking the top guys. And I showed them, every time they come I play the didges for them, and last time they were here I showed them this one. I had only just made it. And one of them was a drug enforcement guy that does all the airports and everything. And he took one look at it and he went, smoking it or playing it? And I said, play, and he went, yeah, it cost a fortune to load that thing. That's a nice deep one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to have a good didge.
You get out what you put in too, though.
Oh, well, I was told by a master didge player once, and you'd agree with any instrument. So I'm lucky, I know probably 4 of the top guys in the world that travel the world. They do nothing in Australia because they don't get paid for it. So they go overseas and they're treated like royalty. And my one friend said to me one day when he was showing me a bit of traditional stuff, he said, if you remember nothing I've told you about playing a didge other than the 5 important things, we've achieved something. And I went, well, what are the 5 important things? And he went, now never forget this. Practice, 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 more practice. Then when you're sick of practicing, go and make a cuppa, come back and do some serious practice. And it's so right.
Yes.
People come out and they pick up a didge and they go, oh, I can't do it. And I go, well, you haven't even tried. And it's the same now learning to play the banjo. If you don't put that time in there, you see these guys and they're like this and they're laughing, their fingers are going, it sounds amazing. And you think, oh, that can't be that hard. Well, yes, it bloody well is. And I always used to think to myself, you see these guys, you know, that are standing there playing the guitar, backing up some big band, and you think, how can they get all that money for standing there doing that? Triple their money now, I reckon. You don't understand until you try and do it. And it's the same with doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Until you physically try it yourself, you don't appreciate. Yeah, it's like anything, anything.
Yeah.
It'd be like nursing. People think, oh, you look after people. They don't see the crap you got to put up with.
The crap you got to do to get there. So.
Yeah, and the crap you got to put up with.
Literally.